Wednesday on BET.
You were raped. I don't want to talk about it. We cannot let him get away with this.
Did you see Sabrina?
It was heartbreaking.
I will be handling Sabrina's responsibilities.
There's nothing more dangerous
My car was blown up. It was Dr. Cruz.
Riff had something to do with that?
than the truth.
Women, we got so much that we have no control over.
I'm so sorry I didn't protect you.
Promise to be careful.
Keep your head on a swivel, Miss Lawrence. There's a target on your back.
Tyler Perry Sistas. All new Wednesday at 9. Watch it live on BET.
Hey y'all, it's your Missniecytv, and I'm here to break down the trailer for Sistas Season 10, Episode 6. The trailer starts off and Fatima and Andy are still at Danny's house talking to Danny, trying to get her to talk and open up, right, since she wasn't opening up to Tony. Now, Andy, I understand you being a lawyer and you want to get down to the bottom of the things, but the way you're approaching the situation is kind of harsh. You could handle it more delicately. Danny, of course, doesn't want to talk about it, and it looks like Andy's reaching for her phone to call the police, and Andy's like, we can't let him get away with this. So it seems like Danny must have told them who did this to her, or they put two and two together. After Danny was so adamant that Tony didn't do this to her, and that's the only man that they realized that she was with that night at the club. But either way, I don't see this ending well. I feel like the police department is going to defend and protect Marcus over believing Danny, which is not right at all. Over at the bank, we have Paige asking Maurice, did he see Sabrina? And Maurice is like, yes, it was heartbreaking. I was just thinking, outside of Sabrina, who does Maurice really have? Because Sabrina was really his only friend. I like how they try to bring in the new dynamic of Pam, but it's not really the same. Maurice and Sabrina have been through everything, but I'm so glad that Maurice did go to the hospital to talk to Sabrina, even if she can't hear him. He was able to talk to her and have a conversation with her, and at least he won't have to live with regret of not saying the things that he wanted to say to her. Speaking of Sabrina, though, the head of HR of Brookhaven Bank comes in, and then she's like, I'm here to take over Sabrina's duties, and Paige and Maurice are looking like, what? This just goes to show it doesn't take long for a corporation to replace you. You could literally be on your deathbed and the next day they'll replace you. It doesn't even seem like the bank has reached out to check on Sabrina to see if she's okay, how she's doing, is she improving or anything. They just sent the HR lady over there to take over Sabrina's duties, but this just means that Paige and Maurice are going to have to be on their P's and Q's and do their job to the best of their ability, because a higher up is in there now. They can't slack off like they used to with Sabrina. Over at Zach and Fatima's, we see Zach sitting at the kitchen table and he's looking very angry, and it looks like he has a piece of paper in front of him. And like, I wonder if this has to do with the gym investment. This could also be the morning after the Danny situation. He found out what happened and he is upset that he wasn't able to be there to protect her and to talk to her and help her get through this. Over at the law firm, we see Andy having a meeting with Mr. Benson and Hayden, and I think that this meeting is concerning the case with Karen and the rest of the ladies against Dr. Cruz. Speaking of Dr. Cruz, Andy tells Benson that her car was blown up and it has something to do with Dr. Cruz. And Mr. Benson's like, do you really think that Cruz would do something like this? Apparently, Benson, you really don't know your friend. That man has a different side of him that you don't see because you're always on his good side, because you're the one with money and power and you can help him get out of things. That's why you don't recognize the side of him that Andy's getting right now. Back over at Danny's, we see Danny going through the motions after the conversation that she had with Fatima and Andy and everything. Some things were said that shouldn't have been said. Danny basically told Fatima that she's not Sabrina, so stop acting like it. And the way that Danny is lashing out on Fatima is not really called for. I understand that Danny does this with the other girls, but Fatima is the one that's really always there for Danny and helping Danny. And now Fatima's getting the brunt of the stick. I feel like Fatima shouldn't have been treated like that. And I wonder if this is going to cause Fatima to start acting a little bit different towards Danny. Over at Zach and Fatima comes home after the conversation with Danny, and she lets Zach know that there's something wrong with Danny. She tells him everything that's going on, and Fatima's like, we as women have so much that we go through that we don't have control. It's a sad thing, but it's a very harsh reality in this world. Like over at Danny's, we see Andy just sitting there, and I think she's trying to process the information of everything that she's been told and how she's going to handle it. Then we see Tony come over, and he has a conversation with Danny, and I'm led to believe that Danny actually does tell him the truth for everything that's going on because Tony is like, I'm so sorry, I wasn't here to protect you. I'm still mad at Tony for the fact that he was trying to turn Danny's situation into a situation about him and forced her to tell him what's going on when she wasn't in the right state of mind to tell him. Over at Andy's, we see Cheyenne trying to reiterate the rules that Andy gave to her after Cheyenne got out of jail about not doing Bobby and Whitney, not getting down to business in public pools, and staying out of jail. This leads me to believe that as soon as Valerie got on the plane, Cheyenne is like, it's my freedom and I can go do whatever I want. Cheyenne, you're going to be sadly mistaken if you get in trouble again, and he doesn't come arrest. Over at the law firm, after Andy has a conversation with Mr. Benson about Dr. Cruz having something to do with her car being blown up, he basically tells her to keep her head on a swivel because there's a target. Basically, there's a target on Andy's back and everyone else around her. But let me know what you guys think about the trailer. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your bell notifications. Bye!